Well. Is OpenAI open anymore? The new Deepseek R1 open source model has taken the world by a storm, and everyone, whether they are very much AI ML enthusiasts or even the non AI ML enthusiasts, are talking about that. Some are just trying to see how better that particular model is as compared to ChatGPT o1. Others are actually fascinated by how the company has launched a new R1 model with a fraction of a cost and very less training cost and provided everything open source MIT license. Open source has proven in the past, today, and also will be proving in the future to be the best way of innovation. And this is where, in the AI ecosystem, DeepSeek has revolutionized the whole AI ecosystem that even Sam Altman, who is the founder of OpenAI, is talking about it. So let's try to understand and see what has happened, what is DeepSeek R1, how you can actually use it, and also test simultaneously some of the prompts on DeepSeek R1 and the ChatGPT o1. So 20th January 2025, DeepSeek posted a tweet that DeepSeek R1 is here, and it just blew up. The performance is on par with OpenAI o1. So OpenAI o1 is one of their top models when it comes to ChatGPT. So ChatGPT runs on the OpenAI models, and OpenAI o1 is one of their reasoning models, which is available only to the Plus users. And also the tech behind OpenAI o1 is not open source, but the tech behind DeepSeek is open source. And it is fully open source model with all the technical report that they have published on how they have achieved this. It is MIT licensed, which means you can retrain, fine tune, and then commercialize it freely. And you are able to, like, it's mind blowing. And it's also available at chat.deepseek.com. Let's try to understand some of the benchmarks. So they also published the benchmarks. And if you see, the dark blue line is the DeepSeek R1, and the dark gray line is the OpenAI o1. And if you see and talk about the benchmarks, they are either on par or they are better than ChatGPT o1 model. If you see the AI ME, you can see that the DeepSeek R1 is slightly better over there. Code Force is almost at the same level. GPQA, it's slightly down. And in the math, it's even better. And also for the software benchmark, it's slightly better than the o1 model. Well, it's fascinating. Again, I want to emphasize on the thing that it is open source, and they have also published like the different parameters model, like the 7 billion one, the 32 billion, 70 billion, all those. And we'll see how to run those smaller models locally. And you can use your data to actually interact with that particular model and generate the content and generate the output as per your own inputs that you provide, which you cannot do that for the closed source models, because everything that you give is actually going back to OpenAI. Here, everything is local and will be staying local if you're running the models locally. Very simple tools to run locally is Ollama and Llamaedge, and we'll use both of them. Again, license update is MIT licensed, which is very good. This is the technical highlights. We'll not go into the technical highlights in this particular video, but we can do a separate one on that based on the interest. So make sure you comment if you want to deep dive into this particular paper as well. But they have significantly mentioned how they achieved that performance boost with the minimal labeled data. So it's a very good read because it serves as a path for the engineers, the AI, the researchers, that how they have achieved this particular DeepSeek armor at a fraction of a cost. Now, talking about the cost, let's actually talk about the cost now. So if you see, the output cost per million token for DeepSeek R1 is just 2.19 as compared to OpenAI o1, which is 60. Now, this is pretty interesting because if you want to host your own model on your hardware, this is the cost that will be coming per million token, which is actually pretty cheap. And this is where they have revolutionized and everybody is talking about DeepSeek. Now, coming to everyone talking about DeepSeek, Sam Altman today has posted that DeepSeek R1 is impressive model, particularly around what they have able to deliver for the price. Yes, even the founder of OpenAI is saying that DeepSeek R1 is really, really impressive. And somewhere I read that DeepSeek R1 is their side project. So if a side project can do this much, I don't know what they'll be pulling off in future. They actually launched, I think, a new vision model as well with some benchmarks yesterday. So why this is important is because it will continue to push others for innovating more and more, because it is now continuously pushing Sam Altman to push more, to launch something and bringing AGI and beyond in future. So that's what it is, pushing the boundaries for the existing players to actually learn from the research that they have done and also how they are doing it. Well, let's try to compare them head on. So this is DeepSeek. I asked both ChatGPT O1. So this is O1 and I enabled the reasoning for that. So I gave a simple riddle like, I'm awake when I sleep and I'm asleep when I'm awake. Who am I? So it thought and says you are a dream, because when you sleep, your dreams become active, awake. When you wake up, your dreams vanish, which is called a sleep. Now, that was a very simple reasoning and it came to a conclusion, which is a decent one. This particular riddle doesn't have a very concrete answer because I just wrote it. If you see, I gave that to DeepSeek. So it kept on thinking, kept on thinking. It also tried to connect to a vampire, a guard, a night watchman, and it also tried, I think, in between to connect to the internet. And then it gave the answer as night watchman. Another thing which is important over here is that along with the thinking, the reasoning stuff, it has search that can be enabled, but you cannot have search enabled for the OpenAI O1 model. Another thing, like if I say create a simple cube simplify web page with code, and I give the same input to DeepSeek as well. Let's see what happens. So it has given a simple index.html page with all the stuff which is there. And DeepSeek has also given a HTML page along with a lot of thinking. Interestingly, the DeepSeek lets you run that HTML file. So I think that's pretty cool. So you can get a glimpse of it already within DeepSeek itself. So that's one more thing that it can do. What is the latest content published by Cube Simplify? So let's give this prompt. Let's enable the reasoning and give it this prompt. I know it doesn't have the search enabled. So let's see what it gives. And I know it has search enabled. So let's see what this gives. This is searching for web as well, which is good. So it clearly said it doesn't have access to the internet. So it cannot do that. DevOps Trends 2025 was something that was actually published on Cube Simplify. And we can see that blog.cubesimplify.com, the best DevOps tools for 2025. Well, again, pretty interesting, pretty dope. So I think the thinking is really interesting, and its ability to access the internet and think also makes it very advanced. And this one, it is trained on it doesn't have access to the internet right away. Also, the training data, I don't know till particular date the training data is available. So I think DeepSeek again has a edge over here. So overall, very interesting. Now, a few interesting observations over here is, yes, it has access to the internet. It has some, cool features like running HTML here, which is just fine for the user experience, but it is free. It is free to use and the cost is pretty low. Whereas the over model only is available to the plus users, which comes at a $20 plus plan, which is expensive. So I think this is where people are getting, crazy, like how this is happening over here. Now, what we'll try to do is how to run DeepSeek locally. So Ollama is something that can be used to get up and running with LLMs. So think of it as you have Docker in your system and you do Docker pull and Docker run. Similar to that, you do Ollama pull, Ollama run. That's pretty much it. So what we'll do is we'll do Ollama list. I already have Ollama installed. So you can see I have the Deepseek R1 7 billion one, which is there. I've been playing for it for some days now. Now we'll do Ollama run Deepseek R1 7 billion. Now it is running. Also, if I go back here in the browser, if I do 127 API PS, so it also serves as a API server, the OpenAI compatible API server that you can connect and you can interact with your code. So basically, you can write a program, you can write a small piece of code, and you can interact with this particular model. I think that is where things get crazy, right? Ollama lets you do that. So right now, you can see the model R1 7 billion Deepseek is there. I have written a program, which I'll show you now. So this is the simple program to get the transcription from YouTube video and then summarizing it. Since I'm the content creator, so I thought this would be a useful thing. And also in this particular thing, you'll get to understand how you interact with the Ollama model. So from YouTube transcript API, import YouTube transcript API. So fetching the transcript. So first we obviously get the video ID from the YouTube URL. So getting the video ID, then calling that transcript API with that particular video ID, getting that transcript. So this particular function does that. Now it's splitting the transcript into different chunks with respect to the LLM token limit. For now, I have set the limit to, I think, 16,000. So this is again the same, like words, chunks, current chunk and current length. So doing all those things. Now this is where you do the summarize with Ollama and pass the chunk over here. So you have one chunk, you pass it to Ollama, where we have specified the base URL, the one that I showed you, and this is the one to interact with the model and generate some response by giving the input. And the payload we'll be giving is the chunk. So if you see over here, chunk, we are passing that in the prompt. Now again, it will wait for the response, get the result, and this is the main function. So the usage is pretty simple. You do Python, the name of the Python file, and pass the YouTube URL. So let's run this. So Python demo 3 and the URL. So this is the URL. It is fetching the transcript. Transcript fetched successfully. It is printing the first 500 characters. So if we go back to the code, you'll be able to see everything, like print 500 characters over here, fetching the transcript, getting the API, calling the transcript API, and the tokens we have specified over here, chunks, splitting it over here, and then getting the summaries, adding the summary of each chunk to this particular summary, and then printing the final summary after appending it. That's what it is doing in particular. And let it process for some time. In the meanwhile, what we'll do is we'll go to next level and we'll run localhost 8080. So what is this? So this particular thing is run by Llamaedge. What is Llamaedge? Llamaedge is the easiest, smallest, and the fastest local LLM runtime and the API server. So it is based on WebAssembly on the Llamaedge project, which is a CNCF hosted project. It's very lightweight, where you have the runtime and the API server in less than 30 MB with no external dependencies and zero Python packages written in Rust. So it is cross-platform, can run across CPUs, GPUs. So you can see that, some of the FAQs like, why can't I just use OpenAI? It's easy to use, but they are expensive and difficult to customize for your applications. Furthermore, hosted LLMs are not private, like I mentioned to you. And then, all these things are mentioned over here. And again, you can certainly use Python to run LLM, even start an API server, but keep in mind that PyTorch has over 5 GB of complex dependencies. And in contrast, the entire LLM Llamaedge runtime is less than 30 MB, which is amazing. So if I go to Llamaedge Deepseek, so they actually wrote a blog on running the Deepseek on your devices. So what we have done over here is, first, obviously, you need to install Llamaedge. I already have Llamaedge installed. Then you need the quantized model, the GGUF file. So you need to download that from Hugging Face. Obviously, I have already downloaded that. And then you need to have the API server, Llamaedge API server. Download the chatbot UI. They have already created that. And this is the one that I have run. So Llamaedge, NN. So it is based on NN. So Llamaedge, NN preload, default GGML, and giving the model name over here. And also the WebAssembly API server file. The prompt template is Llama 3 chat and the context size. Now, once you open this, you'll be able to see a kind of chat interface, local chat interface, where you can upload the files and you can interact with the Deepseek R1. I think this is pretty cool. So you should definitely check out Llamaedge in order to run. Also, it is a drop-in replacement for OpenAI compatible devices. So you can run this particular command and download the embeddings. So once you download the embedding and you give this, you have the base API URL as localhost 8080/v1. Model name would be Deepseek R1 distilled Llama 8 billion, and Nomic will be the text embeddings over here. So I think that's pretty cool. And let's go back and see if our prompt was done successfully. Yes. So it has summarized. So this particular talk was on chaos mesh, and it gave the chaos mesh overview, chaos mesh experiment, network experiment, physical machine chaos, and all that stuff. It beautifully summarizes it. This is done using DeepSeek locally. I hope you got a gist of why this video I have created. So one is to celebrate the innovation that open source can bring in, which DeepSeek has done. Two, how to actually use DeepSeek online using the chat.deepseek.com. Three, how to run these open source models locally using Ollama and Llamaedge. So it's pretty simple to use both of them to run locally. Fourth, how you can actually write a simple Python program for your own things, your own data, with your own data, and interact with the model and get the response. So you can actually do that too. So I hope you enjoyed the video, you liked it. Do comment your thoughts on the DeepSeek model and what do you think about AGI and beyond. When do you think it is coming? Do comment below, and also what you are using for building the AI agents. I'll be trying out Creo AI pretty soon for building agents, and will keep you posted. And also what all videos do you need with respect to the AI ecosystem? Do comment below that as well. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, press the bell icon, all the usual stuff, and share the AI stuff with your friends. Do not fall behind, because this is something you need to know how to run these, because as infra engineers, as cloud native engineers, you have to provide that infrastructure for the engineers for inferencing. And I think these stuff doesn't require machine learning knowledge. This stuff requires what a model is, how to run open source model, how to customize that, how to fine tune that, all that stuff. So thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.